guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with, well, another special edition of my thoughts videos for all of you guys, and moreover, well, welcome to 2025, every people. So yeah, looks like 2024 is officially behind us, and we're now officially in 2025 as we speak, and boy, it's actually going to be quite an interesting year for sure. So yeah, I think with some of the stuff that we'll be expecting, that we'll be really looking forward to, and even some terrible ones that will make us question on why the hell we did it. Like, seriously. Yeah, I think we all thought pretty much having Donald Trump back in the White House would not happen again, given to what he's actually done since after he left office, and yeah, seriously. What were you guys thinking? It would have been awesome to see Kamala Harris pretty much win the election for sure. I mean, seriously, have you guys ever thought about the consequences of your actions? Well, apparently not, and you guys are gonna pay for that. And if not, then, well, I'm about to pick up a large rock and throw it at your face for sure. Especially those who think that Project 2025 is gonna be a great idea for sure. Well, we all know it's actually crap, hands down. Although, truth be told, my YouTube channel growing in popularity and exploding into what I call Ackley Mania, now that will be the real Project 2025 for sure. Seriously, that should have been handled pretty much if they brought me on board to look over it. Really think about it for a second. But yeah, I guess stepping aside from all that, I guess seeing how 2025 is officially here as of now, that also means it looks like I've got a good batch of movies that I'm slated to see for, of course, this year alone for sure. And boy, there's going to be a whole lot, hands down, for sure. So yeah. And of course, as a tradition on this pretty much with these videos, to which, by the way, I think probably by the time I'm putting this video up, I'm glad I'm actually putting this up the day after New Year's Day for sure. Yeah, that's pretty much the way it was meant to be when I first started pretty much adhesing, of course, on my thoughts videos several years ago for sure. I'm glad we brought that back in. Let's hope it stays that way for sure. So yeah, I've got a good batch of course, movies that I'm excited to see for this year alone for sure, and well, we may never know on how will they actually turn out once they actually do come up, and trust me when I say it will change over time right up until this year ends for sure. But these movies I've actually put together for sure are the ones that I'm really excited to see for sure. These are the ones that I'm most anticipating for, and I really can't wait to see once they do eventually come out for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, I guess as usual, with, of course, these thoughts videos for sure, and I guess the title card will pop up to show you what I mean. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, as usual, with, of course, these videos, I'm going to be counting down the top 10 movies that I'm excited to see in 2025 this year for sure. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say, of course, on that front for sure. And yeah, I've gone through some of the ones that I can actually find for sure. And well, I guess upon further examination, these are the ones that I think I'm actually really looking forward to, hands down, and pretty much the ones that I really can't wait to see once they actually do come out for sure. So yeah. I think you pretty much know the drill like I do every single year for sure, and well, if you actually have some movies that you're excited to see, then by all means share them down in the comments down below for sure. I would love to know on what you guys think of the ones that you can't wait to see. But I guess until then, we might as well count down the ones that I'm excited to see pretty much for this year alone for sure. And like I said, I don't know what I'm going to be expecting right up until these films actually come out, and most of my expectations and thoughts will change over time for sure. but we'll have to wait and see for now. But until then, let's go ahead and count down on my list of the movies that I'm excited to see for sure. So yeah, with that being said, let's get started. Alrighty then, so yeah, now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started, and we're going to be starting with, of course, my number 10 pick on this list, which is coming from something from, of course, the Marvel Cinematic Universe for sure. So yeah, I guess I know there's a lot going on within the MCU as of now, even the ones that we're excited for, hands down, like, of course, as of now, Captain America Brave New World is slated to come out, but for the number 10 spot, the movie that I'm excited to see to kickstart this list from the MCU would definitely go to the Fantastic Four First Steps. So yeah, I guess if anything, pretty much when it comes to anything from Marvel for sure, I guess if anything, we've been waiting a long time to see if the Fantastic Four will actually get a good movie for sure, since after the last few attempts didn't actually do very well, especially Fantastic, which turned out absolutely terrible, but yeah, regardless on that, I guess pretty much I knew I'm actually looking forward to seeing on what they'll do for, of course, the Fantastic Four now that they're jumping back into the MCU for sure, and based on a few pretty much some first glimpses alone, it actually does look like it's pretty much going in a nice direction for sure that I'm pretty sure we can all get behind for sure. So yeah, and plus the casting is actually looking pretty good, and not to mention the director of WandaVision is actually a good choice to helm this project for sure. So I think it'll be quite interesting to see on how it'll go from there. So yeah, hopefully I think this will finally be in and finally be the movie that will finally give the Fantastic Four something, well, fantastic for sure. So yeah, I guess we're long overdue on that, but hopefully I think later on down the road, once we get a trailer and stuff, it'll actually give us something really interesting for sure. But yeah, regardless on that, I can't wait to see Fantastic Four First Steps for sure. I think it's actually going to be really, really fantastic for sure, but we'll definitely have to wait and see. Okay, then now we can go ahead and move on to number 9 on this list for sure. And yeah, I did have a hard time putting this one together, as there's a whole lot for sure to go for hands down. But I guess for the number 1, yeah, not number 1, I'll get to it later on in the video, but for the number 9 spot, I think it's time to get our wax on, wax off approach, and of course, pretty much list off the movie that's next on my list, and that being, of course, Karate Kid Legends. So yeah, I guess if you were to ask me, out of several older movies that I have overlooked over the years, but I have actually pretty much seeing a few glimpses of over time, it would definitely have to be the Karate Kid movies for sure. And I think with, of course, this newest one from what I can gather, I think it looks like they're actually giving us something actually quite interesting for sure. I guess the best way I can describe it is, of course, pretty much it'll be an interesting, pretty much a mix of both the original film and, of course, the 2010 movie at the same time, to which, yeah, I guess if anything, it really is going to be something quite interesting for sure, and yeah, I think pretty much having the two all together will actually give us something rather unique and interesting for sure. Again, it'll be hard to say, of course, how it's going to actually turn out once it actually does come out, but with what I'm seeing from the teaser trailer alone, I think there might be some hope for, of course, this one, so we'll definitely have to wait and see on that, so yeah. Alright then, so yeah, now we can go ahead and move on to the number 8 spot as we speak, and yeah, I guess for this next one, it is going to be an interesting one from what I can gather, and so yeah, I guess for number 8, that's going to go to The Bad Guys 2, So yeah, I guess if you may recall, pretty much a few years ago, I actually did talk about the first Bad Guys movie around the time it came out, and I did surprisingly like the film for sure. I mean, I didn't have a whole lot of high hopes when I saw the trailer for you for sure, but the movie actually really did deliver on that quite well for sure. I really do admire it all the way, so yeah. And I guess if anything, from what I understand, I'm actually really quite curious to see on how they're going to pull off for, of course, the sequel that's going to be coming out for sure, because, yeah, I do want to see on what other direction they're going to go for, of course, this one for sure, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it'll turn out, but I think it'll be awesome to have our main characters back in the saddle for sure, So yeah, I guess if anything, it's going to be a long while before it'll actually come out for sure. But again, from what I've seen in the trailers, I think there's a bit of a promise with, of course, that for sure. So yeah, I guess either way, I'm really quite curious to see on how the sequel is going to fare up for sure. So hopefully I think it'll give us something interesting and very well done compared to the first film for sure. Maybe I guess pretty much taking up a notch or maybe downgrading a bit for sure. But I don't know hands down. But yeah, regardless on that, I'll be really quite curious to see on what they're going to do for, of course, the sequel, hands down, for sure. So yeah. Oh yeah, you're definitely going to go great for one of my cosplays coming up. Oh, hello, I noticed you there for sure. So yeah, I guess you can tell from, of course, I actually got myself pretty much a nice pair of ballet slippers for one of my upcoming ballet cosplays that I'm going to show up later on. But you know, it's actually a good thing too, because this will actually serve as a visual, pretty much a note for, of course, the movie I'm going to be talking about that's taking the number 7 spot on this list for sure. And I guess if you couldn't actually recall, the movie that's taking number 7 on this list will, of course, go to From the World of John Wick, Ballerina. So yeah, I think that will pretty much get you the idea, of course, that front hand. And yeah, if you may recall, again, pretty much a few years ago in my thoughts videos, I did talk about one of the John Wick films that I actually did get to see, which was Chapter 4, and I really love it a whole lot. So yeah, I guess if anything, I knew where I actually did. I was way behind on, of course, all the other John Wick films that actually came out, but luckily enough, I did manage to get Chapter 4 on DVD, and thankfully, the first 3 films on Blu-ray for sure, so that I shouldn't have any problem going through all of them again to get myself caught up for sure, so yeah, but I guess if anything, until then, for this newest one, Ballerina, I have to say, I'm actually really intrigued, of course, what I'm seeing in the trailer as of now for sure. Again, from what I'm actually seeing, I think it's actually going to serve as a pretty much a nice little side story to the John Wick films for sure, and actually focus on one character pretty much that we actually might have seen in all the other films for sure, to which I guess has established as not only an assassin, but also a ballerina for sure, So yeah, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front, and yeah, I'm actually really excited to see on how it's going to turn out for sure. I do think there's a lot of strong possibilities to really make that movie great, and I think there's a whole lot of promise with that hands down for sure. So yeah. I guess it'll be hard to say on how it'll do compared to the other John Wick films that actually came out beforehand for sure, but I'm excited to see on what this film will actually have to offer, especially with, of course, well, we'll have these pair of ballet slippers on hand for sure. Now, you might be wondering if I'm actually going to go see that movie once it comes out in one of my ballet cosplays. Well, that's going to be hard to say, of course, my friend, but I'll think on that for a while. Maybe I would, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see, but again, this will actually serve as a nice visual for this movie taking this spot on this list, so yeah. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way and had to do a little visual gag for, of course, the last spot for sure, so that'll actually make sense for sure. Now we can go ahead and move on to number 6 on this list, and that will actually go to a little something from Disney animation for sure. So yeah, and of course that will actually go to Zootopia 2. So yeah, I guess if anything, I actually do have a strong love for, of course, the first Zootopia movie, hands down, for sure. So when I heard the news that a sequel is already in the works, I'm actually really excited to see what they're going to do for sure, because, yeah, I guess for what it is, I think there's a whole lot to, you know, expand on, of course, the pretty much everything revolving around Zootopia for sure, because, yeah, I guess there's a whole lot of possibilities that we haven't actually really got to explore onto hands down for sure. So I'll be quite curious to see on how this movie will actually do for sure. So yeah, I guess given for the fact on how much I really love the first movie hands down, I'll be quite curious to see on how the second film will actually do hands down. So maybe it'll actually give us something great, or maybe I might get the same reaction that I did for Moana 2. Yeah, no disrespect for that film. I still think it's okay. But yeah, I think maybe they should have stuck it as a TV show for the time being. But hey, maybe that's just me talking for sure. So, but yeah, I guess until then, I'll be quite curious to see how they'll do for Zootopia 2, hands down. So yeah. Alright then, well, looks like we're at the halfway point on this list for sure. So yeah, now of course we're going to get into something really quite interesting for sure. So yeah, I guess for the movie that's going to take the number 5 spot on this list, well, again, I had a hard time actually figuring out for sure, but this one I'm really looking forward to seeing once it actually does come out for sure. And that movie that's going to take the number 5 spot on this list will go to 28 Years Later. So yeah, I guess if anything, when it comes to several horror movies that I've actually seen both old and new, 28 Days Later is one that I've overlooked for a long time now for sure, and I have been meaning to check that one out for a long time for sure, and yeah, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front for sure. So yeah, and of course with what I've actually seen from the trailer so far for 28 Years Later, I think there's a lot of great possibilities for sure. I'm really digging on, of course, what I'm actually seeing by far, and I'm really loving on how creepy and atmospheric for sure, and the way the movie looks and stuff through its cinematography upon my research is actually really quite fascinating for sure. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can judge for yourself if you research this movie and even see the trailer for sure. And for those who are wondering, yes, I am fully aware that sometime afterwards they are going to release part 2 of this film, which is entitled The Bone Temple as we speak. So yeah, I'll be quite curious to see on how that'll go for sure. But until then, 28 Years Later is one that I know we're going to be looking forward to for the time being for sure. And who knows, I think it'll actually give us something really great for sure. So yeah, whatever the case may be, I guess it's another round pretty much of a good old-fashioned zombie apocalypse, pretty much a good old-fashioned zombie apocalypse in merry old Britain for sure. So yeah, always quite happy when we actually get some great stuff from our folks across the pond for sure. So yeah, I'll be quite curious to see on how this movie will do from there. So yeah. Alright then, well, I guess it looks like for the next spot on this list, speaking about what I said about the two-parter, well, seeing of how our first visit actually went so well, I think we might as well, I guess for November that'll be coming up, I think we might as well pay another visit to the wonderful land of, to the wonderful land of Oz for sure. So yeah, and of course, if you have seen my thoughts video on that movie, you'll know exactly the one I'm talking about for sure. So yeah, taking the number 4 spot on this list will of course go to part 2 of Wicked, to which we now know is gonna be entitled Wicked for Good. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that, yeah, I did talk about the first Wicked movie several times for sure throughout the course of 2024 for sure, leading up to the film's release for sure, and boy, I actually had a lot of great memories seeing that film alone for sure. And to which, during the time I'm recording this video, pretty much the movie is currently out on digital as we speak, and yeah, it looks like it's gaining a lot of good momentum for sure, even after the film is still currently in theaters as we speak. And for those who are wondering, yes, I'm also excited for the film's Blu-ray release that's going to be coming up, as I've already pre-ordered my copy off of Amazon not too long ago, so I'm really excited to finally get it once it actually does come out for sure. So yeah, but I guess until then, for of course this movie, Wicked for Good, I am really quite curious to, not only curious, but excited to see on what they're gonna do for, of course, that Sega film for sure. I think there is some really great possibilities for sure, and plus, I definitely called it when I said that pretty much for this being the first, for of course the first movie being the first of a two-parter, that they'll actually take each act of the musical and make it into 2 movies for sure, and of course, seeing how I do know, pretty much the first Wicked movie covered the entirety of Act 1 for sure. Looks like this, pretty much this newest one that's gonna be coming out will mainly pick up where it left off and go through Act 2 of the musical. So yeah, I guess if anything, I am really quite excited to see what they're gonna do from there for sure. And given to the success the first film actually did, I really do want to see this movie carry out the same thing for sure, because yeah, there's a whole lot to actually go through from the hero for sure. So yeah, whatever the case may be, I know hands down that once it actually comes out, I am definitely going to pretty much pay another visit to the land of Oz for sure, and yeah, whatever direction they're gonna go, I think it'll be really awesome to know for the fact that once we do see this movie, we will be changed for good. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alrighty then, so yeah, now that we got that done, we might as well go ahead and move on to, yeah, looks like we're about to head on into the final 3 movies as of now. So yeah, I guess for this next one that's taking the number 3 spot for sure, I guess we're in for another mission, should we choose to accept it for sure. So yeah. And I guess you know exactly what I mean. Taking the number 3 spot on this list would go to Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. So yeah, I guess if anything, I think I do know the Mission Impossible movies has been around for a long time now for sure. And well, I guess it's after what we've actually been through with Dead Reckoning Part 1, to which I think from the looks of it, they're now going to entitle it as just Dead Reckoning. So what's the whole point of the whole Part 1 thing that you actually put into there for sure? But regardless of that, I am really quite excited to see what they'll do for the Final Reckoning for sure, because yeah, the Mission Impossible movies have actually been through a whole lot for sure, and yeah, I think with every single one of them being actually pretty good for sure, I think we'll be in for something really quite interesting once this movie finally comes out for sure, because yeah, they've really built those up for a long time now. So I'm really quite curious to see on pretty much on what they're going to do for, of course, the final installment for sure. So yeah, it's going to be a lot to try to go through hands down for sure and see what they're going to do. But I'm really quite curious to see on how it'll fare up for sure. So yeah, hopefully I think it'll give us something really great, and of course be the massive and epic conclusion that we will definitely be on the edge for sure. So yeah. Okay then, now we're at the second to last movie on this list for sure, and, well, the movie we've got coming up next that's taking the number 2 spot for sure. Yeah, I knew right away that I've actually been hyped up for this movie ever since the first drop some promos and stuff for sure. Now I'll be quite curious to see on how they're going to pull off now that I saw the teaser trailer for sure. And, well, we've actually talked about one thing that is, of course, from Marvel for sure. Now I think we could go ahead and shift gears over to DC for sure. And surprisingly enough, this will not only be a brand new DC movie for me to look over, but will hopefully be a brand new start to a brand new DC cinematic universe. So yeah, and I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, the movie that's taking the number 2 spot on this list would go to Superman, or of course, as I like to call it, James Gunn's Superman. So yeah, I guess if anything, pretty much, we all know that when it comes to several DC superheroes for sure, there's a lot to go through. But I guess aside from Batman for sure, Superman is definitely one that is, of course, the most recognizable for sure. So yeah, and I guess for the Superman movies that we actually got, they are a big hit and miss for sure. Like, of course, it started off pretty well with, of course, the first Richard Donner Superman movie with Christopher Reeve before it all went downhill and died immediately after Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. And, of course, we did get Superman Returns, which hardly anybody remembered in the slightest. And, of course, we did get a little something from Zack Snyder with Man of Steel, to which, yeah, apparently Superman's time pretty much didn't last long for sure for the DC Extended Universe, which was actually quite sad when you think about it. But I'm really quite excited to see what this new Superman movie will actually do for sure. And again, I think pretty much under James Gunn for sure, helping it for sure, I think this will be a really interesting start to, of course, a brand new DC cinematic universe for sure. Because let me tell you something, I do believe that it actually can work for sure without having to copy Marvel in the slightest for sure. So yeah, I'll be quite curious to see on what they'll do for this new Superman movie to kickstart the movie side of the newest DC universe for sure. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, it actually is already off to a start. Yeah, it already is off to a pretty much an interesting start with, of course, several TV shows they've got on the side for sure. But I'll be quite curious to see on what they'll do for the movie side of things for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, I'll be quite curious to see on what the new Superman movie will have to offer for sure. And hopefully, I think if it will actually start a brand new DC cinematic universe with a massive bang, who knows what will actually come our way for sure. Because yeah, there's a lot of strong possibilities for sure that I would definitely be up for seeing hands down for sure. So yeah, I'll be quite curious to see on how that'll turn out once it comes out this summer. Alright then, well, now it looks like we're at the final spot on this list for sure, and boy, I really had a hard time going over, of course, what ones I'm excited to see, but after careful analysis and based on what I'm actually hearing, yeah, all the other ones I know I'm actually looking forward to hands down, but this one, depending on which screen I'll actually go to for it, I know hands down I'm really excited to see on how that's going to turn out for sure. So yeah, with that being said, the movie that is taking the number 1 spot on the one that I'm excited to see for this year would go to The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. So yeah, I guess I made no secret that pretty much I, alongside plenty of other people, am a longtime fan of the Looney Tunes for sure, and yeah, I guess it has been a long time since we've actually seen a Looney Tunes movie on the big screen for sure, so So yeah, and of course, based on what I'm actually hearing, based on several first impressions for sure, and even some really strong word of mouth, and even from the trailer that I've actually seen, yeah, I think it looks like there's a lot of strong hope for, of course, this movie for sure, and yeah, I am really quite excited to see on how they're going to pull this one off for sure, because, yeah, there's a whole lot to go through, hands down, that I am really digging for sure, So yeah, I guess if anything, and if you have seen the trailer for yourself, you'll know exactly what I mean for sure, So yeah, whatever the case may be, as someone who's been a long-time fan of the Looney Tunes, I'm excited to see on how this movie is gonna fare up for sure, and I am glad to say that pretty much until then, I'm really happy to say that this is certainly taking the #1 spot as the movie that I'm excited to see in 2025, so yeah. And I guess on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that for sure. So yeah, I guess that pretty much concludes this entire list for sure. And boy, it's a lot to get through. But yeah, I'll be quite curious to see on how they'll go once I actually do finally see them. So yeah, will I actually be able to see every single movie this year? Unlikely for sure. Yeah, am I gonna hope that any one of them are gonna be good? Again, unlikely for sure, because we may never know once they actually do come out for sure, So yeah, but that's actually one of the more reasons on why I love doing this list for sure. I'm anticipating to see all those movies once they actually do come out, and once I do, I think it'll be quite interesting to see what I'll put together for my upcoming thoughts videos for sure, So yeah, whatever ones I'm actually gonna go see and what reactions I'll actually give, I know 2025 will actually give us something quite interesting for sure. And again, as long as, of course, we'll counter all the terrible stuff we're gonna be getting with some good stuff for sure, I think we're gonna be in good hands for sure. Especially resisting against Donald Trump and everyone else within his administration again. And the people who created Project 2025 for sure. I think we have every right to resist against that for sure. So we want to make that, we want to stop these guys for sure. We did it the first time, so we can do it again for sure. But yeah, I digress hands down. And well, if Donald Trump himself actually does watch it and doesn't like what I say, well, that's his fault, not mine. But yeah, you kind of get the idea, of course, that front. So hopefully I think we'll do something great for 2025 for sure. And trust me when I say that I've got a lot going on for sure. Like, not just movies hands down, but a lot of other stuff hands down. Like, of course, I'm still going to give you guys plenty of more content on YouTube as normal to really help keep the channel flowing. And plus, I'll actually keep on working on some brand new cosplays for conventions, to which, all thanks to my media gig for sure, I do hope to get myself booked for, of course, plenty more hands down. And well, I guess on top of all that, I gotta work hard to, of course, get myself some brand new camera and lighting equipment for sure, because, well, my camera that I'm currently using is starting to get a little outdated for sure, so I'm in desperate need of a new one anyway, so yeah. Hey guys, so yeah, I had to interrupt this video because I'm recording on this phone to get you the idea, of course, what I actually mean by getting some new camera and lighting equipment for sure. So yeah, if I can switch the video on here. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I guess to give you the idea, I actually have my current camera as we speak, and oh yeah, you can definitely see the list that I have right in front of me for sure. To which yeah, I guess that will get you the idea. And well, just to give you an idea on what I'm talking about and what I mean by getting a new camera for sure, you could, yeah, I guess you could definitely see me on there. But I do think one of the main problems that I actually have very recently, hence why this camera is getting a little outdated, is that I do believe that a bit of rainwater might have gotten into it for sure, hence why the screen right here that you can definitely see might have actually been glitching out for sure. And And yeah, I guess you can see pretty much for a moment it was actually upside down. And yeah, there he is. He's glitching out for a second. So yeah, I think it's actually been that way ever since 2018 for sure. Since I think a bit of rainwater got it when I went to Torcon around that year for sure. So yeah, I guess you could definitely see why. And yeah. Hopefully, I think once I actually do get myself some money's worth, I'll definitely get myself a new camera to replace this. And I do have several video projects that I've already filmed some time ago where, of course, I use this. So I'm actually going to make use of that one more time to fit with the continuity, hands down. And yeah, that's just to name me a few. And yeah, not to mention, I'm also hoping to get myself a brand new shotgun microphone for sure, because for this one, for a while, it actually did give me some good sound. Yeah, I think it would sometimes go in and out pretty much in being on and off with its lifespan of the battery, hence why you could definitely see that I did suffer through microphone problems with, of course, this thing right here. So hopefully I think I'll get myself a brand new shotgun microphone to of course, help resolve that problem for sure. But yeah, I guess you can kind of get the idea for sure. And again, pretty much if you do want to help contribute to, of course, helping me gain the stuff, like, of course, getting myself some brand new camera and lighting equipment, like, of course, what I'm actually describing. Again, my Patreon is always providing to really help you out, hands down, for sure. So, depending on what tier you'll pretty much select, that will actually fit within your budget. I think it will help out the channel directly for sure, and it will allow me to finally upgrade my equipment so I could go from pretty much this camera to a brand new one with a much better quality for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, back to the conclusion of the video. So yeah, I guess pretty much of the footage I actually capture on my phone will get you the idea. But yeah, that's just to name me a few for sure. So yeah, whatever the case may be, I do hope we'll actually pretty much do whatever we can and actually make 2025 an interesting year by far. So we'll definitely have to wait and see on that. And with that, I think I'll definitely end the video here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video for sure. And by all means, let me know what you thought down in the comments down below. I would love to know what you guys think. And moreover, what are some of the movies that are coming out this year that you're excited to see hands down? I would love to know on what you guys think. So yeah, and oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, I'll also probably shoot to move out pretty soon and start living on my own. So hopefully, I think if I can talk with the guys that I'm working with, that will allow me to do that hands down. And of course, still doing what I do normally, like, of course, pretty much working on more videos, more cosplays, and more conventions, just to name me a few. Hopefully, I think I'll be in good hands, hands down. So, but yeah. That's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and, well, tune into, of course, what movie I'll actually shoot to see to kickstart my movie-going experience for 2025 this year. So yeah, but until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427TV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427 The Thomas Fan 1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, Ackley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/Ackleyattack427's/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.